Hey everyone, it is Dragon Age Babe, and it's time to enter the Davaarad. We're nearing the end of the wonderful Trespasser DLC and the amazing epilogue, and finally getting close to deciding the fate of the Inquisition. Now, as I've said so many damn times in the game, I believe that the Trespasser DLC really should have been part of the main game, is it just wraps up every freaking possible question you could have. God, everyone spawns so slow. But, I mean, you get to decide the fate of the Inquisition, find out...
Alright everyone, get ready.
Find out what happens, decide the fate of the Inquisition, and get a true epilogue. Once I get there, I'll probably make a save to show you all the different options and effects on your climax based on the choices you make with the fate of the Inquisition. But one step at a time, everyone.
The sooner we stop this invasion plan, the better.
Now, you can get through the vast majority of this map sneaking around, and they actually recommend it for some reason. But if you're me, fuck it. I believe there's Gatlock powder or something you can explode. But it's once you get away from these guys that you really actually get the chance to sneak. Dorian, why are you like hitting this guy like up front and personal? This is a Cerebas, dude. Don't. That's not a good idea. Yeah, see? I mean... I kept pressing the wrong button there. Now that actually did some good damage. Now, as you notice, once you get the upgrade on this, your what's it called? Fate, force. No. Focus. Your focus will start generating rapidly. Now there is Alluvian studies, blah blah blah, who cares? Alright. Now there is one last thing. Once you reach this tower up there, you're gonna need this. Speaking of which, why the hell did I give it to someone I actually need to use? God damn it, Blackwall. There. I usually give it to my rogue or my extra rogue or warrior for some reason. I mean, I just feel like they don't really do that much.
But we should hurry. Here they come.
Now, I'm gonna wait for these guys to come. To blow up the Gatlock. As you can see, that was pretty effective. It killed off almost everyone. God damn it, Blackwall. Do as you're told, children. Child, whatever. Man-child, whatever you want to call him. But once you get to this tower right there, you're going to need that Veilfire. So hold on to it, as it's going to be essential in order to solve one last puzzle for a chest.
Control. If we take them out one at a time, we might avoid raising the alarm.
Which is what you want to do. There's Gatlock barrels if you need it, but those raise the alarm. There's an assassin. Where did it go? There. At least I have awareness. These guys suck if you don't. Come on, bitch. You know what? I'm just done with your shit here. Did it already explode the Gatlock, or did I miss it? Either way, who cares? God, I'm so not used to playing... Ah, there it is. Alright, finally. That was helpful. And Blackwall, you're being a shit sack. Oh, well that was cute. Come over here, everyone. Follow me to your death. Or not. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it all. I don't even care. God, Cerebus, God. I mean, as you can see, this game just gets progressively harder and harder to kill the enemies, especially with this DLC. I'm sure you guys have noticed that by now.
That's quite the door.
Hold on, I think that was actually worth a piss there. Where this some damage is reflected. Superb ammo. Dorian, do you still have your necklace? Nope. Figures. You can't wear that. Figures. You have Andraste's sacrifice. Yeah, that's right. I stripped Blackwall of his special armor crap to sell it. Now this door, it's not that hard to open. It is a puzzle. It involves turning a bunch of different knobs. It's not that hard. I'll show you guys how to do it, but I'm gonna go deal with the temple first. Anyways, I'll just read this. Logs of Davaarad Gatekeeper. The entry in this book are written in several different hands and occasionally even different languages. From the few entries in the common tongue, it appears to be a log filled in by various guards who have watched the gates of the Davaarad. Morning. Artifacts brought in by Hisra Kith. Original location not on manifest. Asked Isakari. Was told they're from ruins. Please remind agents that all relics must be properly cataloged or the Talabas will never stop complaining about it. Afternoon. 3 Kiths deployed, including Isakari and Hisra Kith. Told her to write down locations in her manifest this time. Evening. Hisra Kith reported back. Isakari handed me manifests that said, outside Davaarad, asking my stand for a knife. Yep, I can relate to that frustration. Yes, tell me the close location this time. Oh, you know, outside of the Davaarad. Yeah, I think we got that good. Oops, wrong way. Well, I have absolutely no need for setting that off, but why the hell not? Alright, now as you can see this is Surat. This letter was written in a few lines at a time over the course of multiple days as per the ink. At the start has already faded slightly. Elf, who is Talus. It is no longer my role to instruct others in the Qun, but I will share what I can with you if it brings you peace. You are not alone in your struggles to achieve mastery of yourself and your purpose. Many Vidithari come to the Qun filled with fear and anger. Those feelings build walls brick by brick within the self. They prevent you from seeing the others around you, from seeing the world as it is, and they convince you that you are alone and in darkness, that you must fend for yourselves. The walls are real, but the darkness and the solitude, the world that they create within the self, this is all an illusion. You must work to tear down the walls if you wish to see the truth, and the truth is no one is alone. It was in wisdom revealed to Kusloon in the desert long ago. What looked like solitude is connectedness. What looks like darkness is only the space between the stars. This portion of the letter is slightly newer, and the handwriting, which was exceptionally tidy at first, has become somewhat looser, as if written in a hurry. And it is not just Vidithari who struggle with these illusions. The world changes the self, and we must balance mastery upon in turning tides. Once I was in Ashkari, and I spent my days examining the philosophy of the Qun and trying to seek the enlightenment the Kusulon found. But my dreams of demons took me down a new path. Here, the writing is filled with cross-out passages, and script becomes shaky. Some of the ink is still wet. And now with the song Liquid crossed out, And now I study the dam which holds back magic at its source. We will, crossed out. It is our purpose to, crossed out. Things change, little Talus. The world changes. Find purpose in people around you, and your role will be clear. Remember when, crossed out. It will be hard to find wisdom, darkness, but the walls are real. Remember that. Tear down the wall first, and you will see the truth. Seraph. Now, in case the name Talus doesn't sound familiar to you, Talus was the...
Red Lyrium. Do the Kunari have any idea what they're dealing with?
The song is different, but the pieces fit together.
Thanks, Cole. Anyways, the Talus was the... God damn it. Come here, Dorian. Your stupid fade cloak pisses me off. Anyways, Talus was the elf from the Mark of the Assassin DLC in Dragon Age 2.
Stay away from the glowing
She was
pyramid.
also the elf created by Felicia Day in her YouTube series, and also featured in the movie of her YouTube collections, Dragon Age Mark of the Assassin. That's what the key was for, by the way. Alright, had to get that out of the way real quick. Now, anyways, you're gonna need this Veilfire for this puzzle that's up here. I believe there's a note on it. I'll find it in a second. But it's it's the last puzzle of the game. It's excuse me for that, my lungs aren't exactly healed yet. It's one of the puzzles dealing with Ben Hiral statues, and it involves going around and lighting multiple statues with the Veilfire. Anyways, don't light those braziers yet. I didn't mean to light that one down there. Here's your golden nug, which you can synchronize your collectibles for some reason. But anyways, here's your entry. Ancient writing. One sees the hunter, one flees from it, one hunts it in turn, one outwits them all. Alright. Now remember, one sees the hunter, one flees from it, one hunts it in turn, and one outwits them all. Now this is a doe. You want to start with one sees the hunter. Now I believe that's supposed to be a wyvern. Oh, what is this here? Scrap of writing from Ben Hasrith. Excavated mural, believed to be a self-portrait by Ben Hiral. Maybe. I doubt it's a self-portrait, but... Anyways... Let me just... Fuck ladders. I don't have time for that. Alright, anyways, the first one you want to light, which is the one I lit to get the Veilfire, is the owl. The owl sees the hunter. One flees from it. One sees the hunter, one flees from it, one hunts it. In return, one outwits them all. So once you get the owl, you want to go back up. That's just fun running up and down all day, isn't it? Now, the one who flees from it would be the doe or stag or holla, whichever you want to call it. Now, if you get the puzzle wrong, the Veilfire will, or the braziers of the Veilfire will all go out. One hunts it in return would be the wyvern or dragon. And as you can see, that makes a weird tone. And that means that you have completed it. So you want to go back down, and the Fenrir statue has been lit, and you can loot the last Fenrir statue. This is Bloody Bargain. 421 DPS unique dagger, 164 base damage, plus 17 health on kill, plus 5 stagger, and Rampage. On kill, movement and attack speed increased by 10% for 30 seconds, which stacks up to 5 times, which is quite a bit. I mean, that's getting you 50%. Is there something I'm missing down there or what? What was it? What is it that it... Okay, it is just the ladders. I figured. Alright, once you got that bit, and got all the lore codex you want, I believe there's one more thing I wanted to do up here. I can't really remember off the top of my head. No, I want to say, even if you haven't purchased the Nug statue, it's still up here for some reason. Don't quote me on that, though. But I really think it is. Okay, I already read that. I don't know why I looked at it again. Anyways. I don't know why I'm going to do that again, but why the hell not? Now, by the way, you do not want to jump off here. You will jump outside of the map, so just don't do it. It's not worth it. Everyone hates going up and down ladders, but if you don't want to climb them, just jump. I mean, this ladder isn't going to kill you, and at this point, you should have your health potions maxed out, or be using them sparingly, or at least be smart enough to have a healer with you. Now I'm gonna go over here. I thought I might have missed some loot. Anyways, I will show you guys the door puzzle. Now basically it has 4, I don't know what you want to call them, spears trapped, and each one will rotate a different series of spears. And there are 3 knobs. So basically you want to completely move them as far as you can to the edge. Now that one moves the top and left one, while this one moves just the top, and this one moves...
do the thing to the other thing.
These.
Sorry, I'm not good with things that don't have feelings.
You want to move that one? Ah, crap. I didn't mean to move it that far. Okay. But basically, you want to start by moving that one pretty much out of the way. And then you want to start by moving this one here out of the way. The left side. And to get that out... Ah, shit. Don't do that. Alright, then you want to start with the middle. And get the middle up out of the way. Oh, did I not turn this far enough? There you go.
Let's go.
As you can see, it's pretty simple as long as you pay attention to what's moving what. It really doesn't take that much thought. Anyways, there's going to be a secret chest room around here where you need a rogue to... Yeah, the storage room key. So you're going to want to go back in there for sure, as it's going to have some codex and, well, some health potions. And there are a lot of Gatlock barrels in here. Use them to your advantage. You will want to. As they're going to flood the hell in here. Well, thanks, Dorian. Explode that shit on me real quick. Come on. I'm just gonna detonate that to get it out of the way. I don't want to deal with it. Now here's this journal notes. There's several entries in the journal, some in Kunlun and some in Common, as if the writer was practicing their languaging skills. The last page reads, "Send Palace again, move things along. Boss Shems never notice who comes or goes. When the dragon's breast comes, they won't know what hit them." That's presumably an elven spy posing as a servant. Spirit belt of Winter's Impact, and your storage room key is located right here in the chest. Next to that journal entry, I don't know why I still have the Veilfire, but I'm not going to need that. Written instructions for new workers. While some of this letter is written in Kunlun, most is in the common tongue. The letters blocky and simple but tidy. The dragon's breath must continue regardless of concern at the Winter Palace. Many are new to the Kun and have not yet learned to trust. Your worry is understandable. The rest of the world has betrayed you. All who have been to the Davaarad know the difficulty of maintaining the specimen for extraction for as long as we have. If we delay Dragon's Breath, we would have to dispose of the specimen. Creating Gatlock is normally a slow process requiring much minerals and careful alchemy. Venom extraction offers the only means to deliver the Dragon's Breath quickly and in large quantities. To delay Dragon's Breath is to lose any chance of bringing peace to the South without needless suffering. The Qun demands we save the workers of the South from a bloody war and deliver them into our teaching before corruption further overtakes the land. Others have voiced concern over the specimen. The Qun does not demand cruelty to any living being, but all creatures have a place and a duty under the Qun. The specimen serves as it must. When Dragon's Breath is complete, it will be extinguished quickly and painlessly, as when we slaughter animals for food. Allow your superiors to deal with the agents of Fenral and remember your role in the service to the Qun. Now, you will find out what exactly the hell they're talking about by specimen fairly shortly, just as soon as I open the storage for you. Now, in the storage, you have a large chest to loot. I could have sworn there were health potions. Amulet of physical immunity. The wearer of this amulet suffers no physical effects in combat. So that is a very good piece to have there. If you don't want it, sell it. But pretty quick here, it's going to be pretty damn useless to have anything to sell. So there's that for you. The hell do you have this equipped for and why? Oh, come on, offhand. So I'm going to go with at. Alright. Now, I can't remember who I wanted to put this on. You have the Indraste, so... Which one did I put on you? Not you, damn it. Okay. Prepare. Alright, I'm gonna put that on Dorian. Sorry guys, you just want to prepare for a heavy battle here. It's always smart to repair to make sure you looted everything you need to loot and or want to loot. Explored your surroundings necessarily, or whatever fucking English is. Now here you have the option to craft weapons, which is telling you, hey, prepare your shit here. If you don't have what you need, you better craft it here and now. And there is a good reason for that, which you will see very shortly here.
It's the Veil. It wants to be back, but it's trapped on you. I don't know how to help.
Well, you tried. That's something cool. Anyways. Dragon's Breath Plan. The document appears to be written entirely in Qunlot, but contains a number of complicated diagrams, including detailed blueprints of Halemshral and a number of other palaces and fortresses.
The Canary text is gibberish, but it looks a great deal like they're cataloguing artifacts. How many ruins must they have found to produce so much? What are they doing with it?
Now, if you have arcane knowledge, you can say this. Otherwise, it's studying it all or looking for weapons.
Morrigan said the key to an Illuvian could be anything, including knowledge or power. So they're stockpiling both. That's how they got the keystone and opened so many of the Illuvians we've seen.
So they could also have other artifacts, magical traps, or elven weapons.
Letters and replies. A letter with Inquisition seal sits half buried in a pile. To Honorable Salazar, attributed to the Qun. On behalf of the Inquisition, I humbly inquire of all the hostile actions of your agents in Halemshral. We can only view the attacks by Ben Hathras agents upon our officers and the infiltration and sabotage of the Exalted Council at Halemshral as a prelude to a declaration of war. If Qunari people do not wish to provoke retaliation from the Chantry, this hostiles must cease at once. Respectfully, Ambassador Josephine Montelier. Several incomprehensible messages in Qunlot follow. A letter in common with elegant script has been torn open and crumbled into a ball, but the writing is still legible. To Ambassador Josephine Montelier of the Inquisition. The triumvirate of the Qunari people wishes to assure you that despite the loss of the dreadnought Berthrock and its crew of 100 souls in a failed joint mission with the Inquisition 2 years past, military action has not been approved against the Inquisition. No one in Parvalin has authorized action of any kind involving the Exalted Council, nor will they. We are seeking out the Ben Hasrath priest who appears to be leading this operation without our consent. Once she is located, we assure you these hostile actions will cease. Now, that is referring to Bull's mission. Now, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Repeat, spoiler alert one last time. I will give you about 30 seconds here. Before we continue, this involves a massive betrayal, a massive spoiler involving one of the permanent losses and deaths of a companion member. Alright. If you haven't turned off yet, I am sorry, but I've given you ample time, so I apologize in advance for any spoilers. But upon entering this main room, specifically over here, once you enter this room, if you have Iron Bull in your party and you have refused to complete his request, where you either save the Dreadnought or the Bull's charges, or if you sided with the Kunari and protected the Dreadnought despite the loss of the charges, Iron Bull will betray you. Repeat, he will betray you. He knew about this plan all along and used his Ben Hasref training to hide it. Upon entering this room right here, Iron Bull will betray you and you will kill him. This is not avoidable. If you are in a romance with Iron Bull, you will still have to kill him. It is unavoidable. So keep that in note. It is just another one of the massive effects and outcomes your actions have. And the Trespasser DLC showing its full expansion of amazing knowledge. And just how much one simple action can affect it all. Sorry, I got lost. I'm a bitch. Okay. Anyways, now that you have that, you can think about that. I suppose I could do another playthrough of the DLC to show you exactly how that plays out. Now, even if you don't have Iron Bull in your party at the time, he will still show up on this at the side in a cutscene with someone else where you have the option to comment on his betrayal. Well, you kind of have to, and you will fight him regardless. Now, if he is in your party, you will have to kill him no matter what, as I said. Romance, blah, blah, blah. Unless you have made him Tal Vashoth, this will occur. It is completely unavoidable. And if he is in your party, since he will be dead, you will not have the option to call another party member, and you will have to continue the remainder of this mission with only 2 other party members. So, yeah, lovely thing that is there. Alright, now if you're a rogue, or if you have a rogue, you can unlock this chest right here in order to unlock a crate of health potions. Or a supply crate, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, otherwise you're fucked. There is a reason you want diversity in your party, and it is because you have these class lock things, such as lighting Balefire as a mage, unlocking things as a rogue, or smashing chests, smashing walls as a warrior. So yeah, that's that for you, and you're going to need it. Now it is time to figure out what exactly Dragon's Breath is, and what specimen were they referring to.
Dragon's Breath is an actual dragon?
Surprise, surprise.
Tethar, bars.
No, I lied. Right here is the cutscene with Iron Bull.
You have come far enough, Inquisitor. No more.
If he is not in your party, he will walk out the door behind. God damn it, of course that bitch avoided it. I don't know what I expected here. I guess I can't detonate that one from up here. Blah, blah, blah. Don't really care. Go. Now I got the Cerebus. Now, as you can see, they just gangbang the living fuck out of you here. Generate focus so fast, you can spam the fuck out of that ability as much as you want, and you do not have to reach a full checkpoint, if you want to call it, in order to detonate it. So the higher your focus, the higher the damage. Now I highly recommend, well, you have to go this way anyways, but here is another option for a crate. If you miss this, you're fucked. So take your opportunity, heal everyone as needed. I don't think anyone needs healed, but you're not really gonna get the opportunity to come back here and get this later. You can, though you won't. Animal Handler's Logbook. The first half of the log appears to be notes on the care and feeding of animals in a free marcher's lord's manner. After that, it shifts into practice phrases in Kunlot. Later, it begins again with the following. Beasts present chafing around limbs and the tail, likely from attempts to use chains. While its natural strength remains, muscles are slack from confinement. Tardathiras said she initially tried drugging the beast, but the amount required to keep it sedated changed the quality of its venom so that it was no longer useful in producing Gatlock. She says fire has kept it under control, while the heated panel keeps it in a state of comfortable drowsiness. Tardathiras is not as good at deception as she thinks she is. She does not like what we are doing to the beast. She calls it Itashi, which means something like great thing. And she repeats saying from the Kyun to herself when she extracts the venom. I do not disagree with her. I saw enough harm done to innocent beasts at my lord's sneering commands. The beast, the Itashi, deserves better than the pried bars and needles we use upon it each time we drain its venom gland. Tardathiras says I may be needed at the Winter Palace. It is likely that some view elves with suspicion, thanks to these attacks by the ancient Fenral. But a human woman may still pass unnoticed among the servants. She says I may be asked to deliver some Gatlock in different containers. She says that it could be dangerous and that if I do not return, most will assume I am dead. As I said, Tardathiras is not as good at deception as she thinks she is, but she is right. I will not join the Kyun for this. Okay, now you do have the option to free the dragon or kill it. Now, I highly recommend you free the dragon, as it'll automatically end the battle with the Kyun. And it's just better, alright?
This
now,
monster is too dangerous.
You
can't let the Canary keep it.
She's scared. She doesn't
you
want
have to use these things and rotate the fire in order to clear an entrance at the gate. Go over there by those banners and unlock it. And as you're turning the thing, there will be a pile of Gatlock over there which blocks it off. Now, in my previous playthrough, I ended up killing the dragon because I couldn't figure out how the fuck you're supposed to set that off. You need to use your anchor discharge in order to do it. Attacks will not affect it. Now, you want to start
those rings, we can clear a
with
path for the
turning
dragon.
this one, and then you want to turn the outer ring, which I believe is this one over here. But basically, you want it to the side. And the fire will injure the Atasi, by the way. But you have to fully move this ring around until it says it's got stuck.
Stuck on something.
And by the way, if you attack the dragon once, your party will continue to attack it. Whereas if you avoid attacking the dragon yourself with your equipped companion, it will not trigger it. So you want to blow that up with your focus ability of the anchor discharge, and then you want to go back up here. Now, like I said before, that is the only way to do it. You have to move this ring all the way back so it's not in the way. You want to move all of them to the side, by the way. So once you get... Oh, son of a bitch, get out of my way. Alright. Anyways, now that I got that ring out of the way, I should start rotating the others and then go unlock it. Come on, Atashi, move. Or, actually, you might want it in the back. I don't remember correctly. I believe I had it on the side, but...
Now we just need to open the gate.
Okay, so my Inquisitor says that's good, so I assume that's good. Now, as you probably figured out by fighting dragons, hopping prevents, or jumping prevents you from being pulled in. Now, in order to open the gates, you have to pull both switches, and they are timed.
It's open.
So if you don't hurry up, it'll close. Now, you don't have to continue fighting the Canary once you free Atashi. That is all you have to do.
She's free. She's leaving.
As it'll trigger a cutscene, as seen here. Atashi finishes your work off for you. Bye-bye. Well, for the most part, anyways.
Hashara!
Now this is where it gets fun.
Dear Inquisitor, you have such little time left. You must finally see the truth. Elven magic already tore the sky apart. If the agents of Fen-Harel are not stopped, you will shatter the world as well.
Whatever you think I've done, mass assassination isn't a good moral high ground.
The South was
Very
poisoned
true.
by these elves' manipulations. It suffers just as you do now. You would have died from the mark on your hand, but for the help of one of their chief agents. The same agent who helped seal the breach.
Bum
Who
bum
led you
bum.
to Skyhold, who gave Corypheus the orb, then founded the Inquisition. Soulless, agent of Fen-Harel.
Solus is an agent of Fen-Harel.
Eyes
Did you
are
not know?
opened.
We thought you were his ally. Soulless tricked us all. He pushed a dying Canary into the Winter Palace to lure you into opposing us. Without him, we could have brought the South peace and wisdom along the gentle path. Now we must take the way of blades. Panahayden, Inquisitor. If it is any consolation, Solus will not outlive you.
And the truth has been revealed. Now, in case you didn't see that giant Canary, that is one of the bosses you have to fight. A giant, massive fucking Cerebos to top it all off.
Whatever else, Solus was one of us. I won't leave him for Vidasala.
Now we are very, very close to the end game, and I will have to save immediately here. And I will probably start a second broadcast. I will do that right now, as we're getting so close to the end of the game here. I don't know if I'll have another chance to save and cut it off from here. So I will need to do that immediately. I believe I'll have to fight some more Canary, though. Your anchor discharge will start discharging automatically pretty soon here. And if you don't discharge it yourself, you will damage your companions. Repeat, you can kill your companions.
The Vidasala can't be far.
Especially if you have focus upgrade to the 3rd tier. Your anchor discharge will start going faster and faster, so use it. Spam the fuck out of it. Injure your enemies. If that shit blows off, your companions are gone. And you will get thrown off the freaking map a couple times, depending on where you are. Now, I'm going to make a save here. And I'm going to start the next broadcast immediately. I'm going to title this probably something to avoid the Solus spoiler in case nobody watched this part yet. So I'll probably name it Reach the Agent, or A Race Against the Vidasala. I think that's a pretty good way to put it. Anyways, guys, it is time for the amazing Dragon Age babe to take a break, quench the flame, and catch you back in a minute here. Andran Etishan da Lethalan or da Lethaline. Salutations, whatcha?